What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com.
Here are my DFS picks for MLB Tuesday, April 27th.
These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button
And hit that bell icon.
so you don't miss our new videos.
In this video, I'm going to go over my top DFS picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a 13-game slate tonight, so let's take a look at the pitcher position. I like Walker Buehler pitching against the Cincinnati Reds. Walker Buehler is only giving up a .538 OPS versus righties, and he's facing 6 righties here tonight. On top of that, the Reds have only hit 6 of his last 32 pitches. That's a 188 batting average. Walker Buehler is 9,800 FanDuel salary and 400 more on DraftKings. Projected at 34.9 fantasy points here tonight. He has an ERA of 2.16. His record is 1-0 on the season, pitching an average of 94 pitches per game, and he's averaging 36 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored 46, 28, and 40 fantasy points in his last 3 games. So I like Walker Buehler here versus the Cincinnati Reds. Okay, let's take a look at the first base position. I like Yuli Gurriel with a 70% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Marco Gonzalez. Yuli Gurriel is batting 22% better versus lefty pitchers. He's batting a 1.000 OPS versus lefties. And Marco Gonzalez throws his worst ball by far to righty batters, giving up a .915 OPS versus righties. That's 48% worse than his other pitches. And Yuli Gurriel is 4 for 15 with a .267 batting average and a .779 OPS versus Gonzalez. Gurriel is 3,200 FanDuel salary and 1,600 more on DraftKings. Projected at 8.6 fantasy points here tonight. He's averaging 12 fantasy points per game on the season, and he's been on fire, scoring 13, 22, and 22 fantasy points in his last 3 games. So I like Yuli Gurriel here versus Marco Gonzalez.
Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and then we'll send you $100 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you.
Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. I like Jose Altuve with a 71% batting advantage over that same low salary pitcher, Marco Gonzalez. Jose Altuve bats 23% better versus lefty pitchers. He's batting a .815 OPS versus lefties. And we know Marco Gonzalez throws his worst ball versus righty batters, giving up a .915 OPS versus righties. And I like this pick because Jose Altuve is 9 for 21, batting a .429 batting average and a 1.167 OPS versus Gonzalez. Altuve is 3,500 FanDuel salary and 1,500 more on DraftKings. Projected at 11 fantasy points here tonight. He's averaging 13 fantasy points per game on the season, and he scored 25, 3, and 3 fantasy points in his last 3 games. So I like Jose Altuve here versus Marco Gonzalez. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. Okay guys, I know this is a 13-game slate and you have a ton of options, but I'm really liking this Houston Rockets stack So I like Alex Bregman with a 79% batting advantage over that same low salary pitcher, Marco Gonzalez. Alex Bregman, he's batting 31% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a 1.006 OPS versus lefties. And we know Marco Gonzalez throws his worst ball versus righty batters, giving up a .915 OPS versus righties. Alex Bregman is 7 for 23 with a .304 batting average and a .768 OPS versus Gonzalez. So you see that I like the idea of stacking the Houston lefties here versus Marco Gonzalez. And Alex Bregman is $3,800 FanDuel salary, and he's $1,400 more on DraftKings. Projected at 10.5 fantasy points here tonight, he's averaging 11 fantasy points per game on the season, and he scored 6, 0, and 41 fantasy points in the last 3 games. Now, don't worry, we're going to get to a value play at the outfield position. I know we're eating up a lot of salary in our lineup here, but I like Alex Bregman here versus Marco Gonzalez.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, let's take a look at the shortstop position. Probably won't be able to fit all these batters in your lineup with Bueller, but I like Fernando Tatis Jr. with a 4% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Merrill Kelly. Fernando Tatis Jr. is batting a .920 OPS versus righties, and Merrill Kelly throws his worst ball versus righty batters, giving up a .864 OPS versus righties. Fernando Tatis Jr. is 5 for 12, batting a .417 batting average and a 1.629 OPS versus Kelly. I like this pick because 3 of those 5 hits are for home runs. He's $4,400 FanDuel salary and $1,000 more on DraftKings. Projected at 15 fantasy points here tonight, he's averaging 16 fantasy points per game on the season, and he's been on fire, scoring 37, 44, and 12 fantasy points in the last 3 games. So I like Fernando Tatis Jr. here versus Merrill Kelly. Okay, moving on to the outfield position. Finally, I got a value play for you here to give your lineup some salary relief. So I like Tyrone Taylor with a 25% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Daniel Castano. Tyrone Taylor is batting 35% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a 1.295 OPS versus lefties. And Daniel Castano, he's giving up a .670 OPS versus righties. There's no at-bats versus Castano yet, and Tyrone Taylor is only $2,200 FanDuel salary and 200 more on DraftKings. Projected at 10 fantasy points here tonight, averaging 7 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored 6, 7, and 7 fantasy points in the last 3 games. So I like Tyrone Taylor as a value play here versus Daniel Castano.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck.